Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it. SOT 24.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door.
She's supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room, dancing with a big belly. Harry's there too. She's kind of twerking. She's gonna twerk.
If she a baby mama, she gon' get that baby mama.
Comes Harry.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' get that baby mama. Drop, drop.
She spreads her legs. She hikes her dress. She circles her around and around. Okay. This is deeply problematic on a number of levels.
Meghan Markle thought she was giving Dancing with the Stars, but ended up serving Cringe with the ex-royals, and guess who showed up with popcorn and a flamethrower? Yep, Megyn Kelly, ready to torch Meghan's carefully curated facade. If you thought Meghan's acting career on Suits was awkward, wait until you see her latest performance. A masterclass in secondhand embarrassment that had Montecito's elite reaching for their wine glasses. Picture this: Meghan, the Duchess of Drama, strutting into a high-profile event in 2025, expecting applause but delivering a spectacle so awkward it could make a royal corgi blush.
Here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you. And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors. We know who you are. You helped kill the Queen. You didn't give two shits about calling the royal family racist while Prince Philip was on his deathbed and casting aspersions on him. You have completely undermined all the amazing gifts that this family has given you as nothing, and suggested that they didn't care, you were suicidal, and they were the ones who...
The stage was set for her to dazzle, but instead, she tripped over her own hype, leaving the audience gagging on the fumes of her overblown self-image. Megyn Kelly, armed with a razor-sharp wit, was there to light the match, turning Meghan's moment into a viral roast that's still trending on X.
Bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim. So no amount of humanizing videos, even if she managed to find one, are going to work. You know, if you actually are a good person, you don't show up at the Uvalde mass school shooting and put yourself on camera and make it about you. You don't see photo op when you see dead children, which she did. So spare us the attempt, okay? It's a waste of everybody's.
This wasn't just a misstep, it was a full-on faceplant, messier than Harry's last attempt at a family Zoom call and twice as hilarious. The public's verdict on Meghan Markle is unanimous among her critics. We don't like you, and no amount of soft-focus Instagram reels or relatable Netflix cameos will change that. She's been trying to humanize herself since ditching the royal family in 2020, but the mask is off. From accusing the royals of racism during that 2021 Oprah interview, while Prince Philip was practically on his deathbed, to implying she was the victim of a heartless monarchy, Meghan's shown her true colors, a shade of self-serving ambition. Posts from users like Our Tribes Britannia.
Be a grown-up. But the more she talks, the more I'm like, oh, now I get it. Like Mariah Carey, who Meghan is calling a diva, turns to her and says, you've had diva moments too. And she's so wounded that she later says she began sweating and realized her girl crush might be over, and was only able to move past it once Mariah clarified that she meant it as a compliment and was speaking about Meghan's looks. I threw up a little in my...
In 2025, call her out for trashing the Queen's legacy while milking her Duchess title for clout. She's taken the royal family's gifts, global platform, historic titles, public adoration, and treated them like a clearance rack at TJ Maxx, only to cry foul when the world doesn't bow. Her attempts to win hearts with curated vulnerability, like her 2025 Netflix show with Love Megyn, feel like a scripted plea for sympathy, and the public's not buying it. Meghan's PR flops are a collection so vast it could fill a Montecito mansion. One minute she's reinventing herself as an activist, the next she's playing dress-up in a podcast studio, dishing out misunderstood Duchess sob stories on confessions of a female founder. Her 2025 ventures, like the lifestyle brand As Ever.
Secondly, like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth. You know, there are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only. And the moments before you give birth to your child is one of them. When you are together in that room and your child is coming. And maybe you do have a fun moment. This is not how I spent my moments before giving birth, but maybe you do have a fun moment. But it's private. It's actually holy. And for her to need to make it into an ego trip, which she's clearly doing. Look at me dancing. I'm still fun and I'm sexy. And I have this great marriage. And here's Harry being like a normal guy. Is disrespectful.
We're meant to scream, "I'm thriving," but landed like a deflated balloon. Take her fallout with British Vogue's Edward Enninful in 2022, detailed in a May 2025 report. She demanded control over every pixel of a cover shoot, only to lose the spot to Linda Evangelista. Ex-users like Candid Coverage dubbed it Peak Meghan, a diva move that left her team scrambling. She's burned through staff in London and Montecito, with reports of bullying allegations resurfacing in 2025, painting her as a boss from hell. Yet she still plays the victim, clutching her pearls while the world rolls its eyes. It's not just a disaster, it's a full-blown cringe museum. If you want to know why Meghan's humanitarian brand rings hollow, look no further than her 2022 Uvalde stunt. After the tragic school shooting, she showed up at the memorial, cameras conveniently in tow, turning a community's grief into a Meghan Markle photo op.
Dragged him away from the monarchy, which bestowed those titles on them, and has now ruthlessly with him exploited those titles for massive personal gain. And I think it's disgusting and hypocritical. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. I hope that King Charles, who obviously is massively distracted by his illness, but I hope that King Charles at some stage just has that conversation and says, you can't keep the titles, I'm sorry, but you can't keep demeaning the status of being a member of the royal family and attacking the family and the monarchy and retain your titles. You can just be Harry and Meghan. And see how you get on, by the way, when you're no longer royals, because the answer is not very.
X posts from 2025 still drag her for it, with users like Royal T-Spill calling it the ultimate ego trip. Dead children, and she's posing like it's a charity gala. If you're a good person, you don't make a massacre about you. Her defenders claim it was a heartfelt visit, but the optics screamed self-promotion. No amount of authentic Netflix episodes or tearful Instagram captions can erase that misstep. It's not just tone deaf, it's a masterclass in how to alienate everyone in one move. Spare us the redemption tour, Meghan. We're not here for it. In 2025, Meghan decided to elevate her vulnerable humanitarian goddess brand at a glitzy event. Think Time 100 Summit or a charity gala in New York. She strutted in, grinning like she just solved world hunger by tweeting a hashtag. Armed with a vaguely British accent, because Montecito apparently borders Buckingham, she clutched a designer bag like it was her Oscar for best self-promotion. The event was supposed to be about a cause, maybe women in STEM or mental health, but Meghan made it a one-woman show. X posts from April 2025 mocked her for stealing the spotlight, with Gossip Guru noting, "She's not here for the cause, she's here for the close-up." It was a failure so epic it made Harry's attempts to remember royal protocol look like a Rhodes Scholarship. The crowd was left squirming, wishing they could teleport out of the cringe zone. Let's pause for the outfit. Meghan's 2025 event look was a disaster of budget. Hollywood cosplay meets royal fantasy camp. Picture a beige ensemble so bland it could make a manila envelope jealous, topped with accessories screaming, "I'm still a duchess." It was like she raided a costume shop for generic celebrity at charity event and forgot the memo about subtlety. The cameras naturally were glued to her, ignoring the actual honorees. Ex-users like a Style Savage roasted it as a beige nightmare, with one post joking,
Why was she out that night, Miss Princess of Privacy? Because she wanted to accept yet another award from some far-left liberal, Gloria Steinem, supposedly the mother to us all. Oh, unless you actually don't believe in abortion on demand until the 9th month of pregnancy. So she wanted to give Meghan Markle an award, a Vision Award. You know what the award praised? I'll read it to you. They were thrilled to recognize Meghan's strength and resilience, critical to building a better world for our children. Her strength and resilience? What are you talking about? She had her PR people turn a little paparazzi attempt at getting her picture into a near catastrophe, asking everyone to feel sorry for her. She doesn't know the meaning of those words, strength and resilience. I certainly don't want my children looking to her for an example of any of that.
Did she borrow that from a tax accountant's closet? Nothing says I'm here for humanity like turning someone else's moment into a Meghan Markle fashion parade. Be a grown-up, Duchess. The world doesn't need another runway selfie. Then there's the Mariah Carey catastrophe from her 2022 podcast days, still haunting her in 2025. Mariah, Meghan's supposed girl crush, called her out for diva moments during an interview. Meghan was so wounded she later admitted to sweating buckets, fearing her idol had turned on her. Only it took Mariah clarifying it was a compliment about her looks, not her personality, for Meghan to recover. X posts in 2025, like one from Pop Culture Bite, still mock this as Meghan's ego getting a reality check. The collective gag could be heard across Montecito. It's not just a PR blunder, it's a window into Meghan's obsession with being adored, even by divas. She can't handle a critique without a meltdown, and it shows. When Meghan took the mic at this 2025 event, she unleashed a word salad so empty it could star in a Tupperware ad for hot air. Empowerment, connection, courage, community. She rattled off 14 LinkedIn buzzwords with the passion of a soggy napkin. It was like a Pinterest board tried to give a TED Talk with zero coherent ideas. A May 2025 Guardian article noted her fluent buzzword style in her Confessions of a Female Founder podcast, blending content and commerce into inspirational drivel. Ex-users like Snark Royal called it a speech written by a corporate chatbot. Her delivery was so flat it made a 2012 PowerPoint look gripping. The audience wasn't inspired. They were checking their watches, praying for an exit. No Meghan Markle moment is complete without her waxing poetic about her journey. At this 2025 event, she dove into her spiritual pilgrimage, a saga of organic skincare trials, matching yoga sets, and Montecito mansion meditations. It's like her life's a Pinterest board titled Healing Through Designer Heels. She described challenges so trivial, choosing the perfect vegan latte, surviving a paparazzi flash, that the Dalai Lama would have rolled his eyes and retired. X posts from Montecito meme in 2025 mocked her journey as a first world problem marathon. Her attempt to sell this as profound growth fell flat, like a yoga retreat for influencers with no Wi-Fi. It's not a journey, it's a branding exercise. Meghan and Harry dragged the monarchy through the mud, calling it racist, uncaring, and outdated, yet cling to their Duke and Duchess titles like life rafts. It's hypocritical and it's infuriating. X posts from 2025, like one from a royal rant. I demand King Charles strip their titles, arguing you can't trash the family and keep the crown. With Charles battling health issues in 2025 per BBC reports, he's got bigger concerns, but the sentiment grows. You can't have it both ways. Without those titles, just Harry and Meghan would be another failed influencer couple, peddling candles and podcasts to a dwindling audience. The monarchy gave them everything, and they repaid it with betrayal. Meghan's insurmountable challenges are the stuff of satire. In her 2025 speeches, she's framed her struggles as finding the perfect vegan smoothie recipe or choosing between a Caribbean getaway and a south of France villa. She wants us to believe she's crawled through emotional glass, but really, she tripped over a Birkin bag and called it trauma. X posts like Sassy Duchess quip, her biggest hurdle is picking which assistant carries her yoga mat. Her speeches about resilience delivered while an assistant holds her umbrella are so out of touch they make Marie Antoinette look relatable. The world's not crying for her designer dilemmas. Meghan's attempt at humor in 2025 was a disaster so dry it could soak up a spill. Her jokes, likely pulled from a WikiHow article on how to be funny at public events, landed with the enthusiasm of a tax seminar. Picture an HR training video trying to be edgy. That's Meghan's comedic vibe. Ex-users like a comedy critic called her punchlines a crime against humor, with one post joking, "She makes dad jokes look like Chris Rock." The audience wasn't laughing, they were pretending to cough, checking their phones and praying for an emergency exit. Her comedic timing is so bad it could headline a corporate retreat. The media coverage of Meghan's antics is a Shakespearean comedy of errors. She's painted as the victim while Kate Middleton's the villain, complete with stories of Kate bringing flowers to apologize after a spat. A 2025 Daily Mail report revisits this, framing Meghan as the aggressor who demanded palace intervention to squash negative press. X posts from our media muncher scoff off, she wants to be chased by paparazzi and left alone at the same time. Her memoir-level whining makes Harry's spare look like a literary classic. The audience was begging for her performance art to end, but Meghan's too busy demanding the press rewrite her story. Enter Megyn Kelly, the verbal exorcist with a laser-guided nonsense detector. In 2025, Kelly didn't just drag Meghan, she elegantly dismantled her like a fake designer bag losing its sticker. No screaming, no drama, just a precision strike that collapsed Meghan's emotional circus like a punctured balloon. Post from Kelly in 2023, no 2025 specifics available, show her dismissing Meghan's rehabilitation efforts, and this 2025 roast feels like a sequel. Kelly exposed Meghan's advocacy as a chandelier-lit ego trip, not a beacon of hope. The audience didn't need a villain, they needed Kelly's mirror to see the truth. Why was Miss Princess of Privacy out in 2025? To accept another award from a far-left Gloria Steinem fan club, praising her strength and resilience. Strength? Resilience? She turned a paparazzi snap into a near catastrophe for sympathy points. Post from our award watch in 2025 called it a participation trophy for whining. The award was meant to honor her critical role in building a better world, but critics argue she's building a better brand, not a better future. My kids aren't looking to her for inspiration. She's a walking lesson in how to miss the mark. The irony of Meghan lecturing on authenticity while wearing a stylish curated outfit and reading a ghost-written speech is comedy gold. She's a royal shapeshifter, channeling Oprah one day, Marie Kondo with a tiara the next. Her 2025 lifestyle brand is ever, think $90 candles smelling of emotional growth, is peak Duchess goop. Posts from our brand buster mock her as a crypto scammer with better PR. Every move is calculated, from her Netflix show to her Instagram captions, yet she insists it's all authentic. The only thing authentic is her addiction to rebranding. Whispers in 2025, per a publishing insider reported by Page 6, reveal Meghan's team floated a post-divorce book concept, not because a split with Harry is imminent, but to gauge interest in a life after Harry tell-all. No proposal, just hypotheticals, but it's classic Meghan, planning her next act before the curtain falls. Posts from a gossip guru call it a pre-divorce power move. She struts into events like a Hallmark heroine, but she's no underdog. She's the uninvited motivational speaker crashing a Malibu brunch with a microphone and a grudge. Meghan's supporting women mantra is all photo ops and ChatGPT level Instagram quotes. She'll lift women up, unless they're Kate Middleton or anyone who questions her narrative. A 2025 US Sun article lists her business disasters, like her podcast's failure to deliver beyond 12 episodes, as proof she can't handle real work. Posts from our feminist fail quip, she supports women as long as they're not in her way. She swapped royal ribbon cutting for a TikTok fantasy of royalty, thinking she'd be the Beyonce of expats. Instead, we got lukewarm tea and logo tote bags. Meghan's crying act is pure Hollywood. In her 2025 Netflix show, she wipes her eyes, begging us to see her heart, but zoom in, there's no tear. Post from a tear tracker. Call it an actor's trick, referencing her one-tap left eye cry-on-demand move. She turns every issue, climate change, inequality, diplomacy, into a personal trauma. Economic inequality, like when the royals didn't fund my podcast team, she seems to say. It's Olympic-level delusion, making global problems a backdrop for her Montecito melodrama. The audience isn't crying, they're cringing. Meghan had it all. A fairy tale, a global platform, adoration, and tossed it like a vegan kale wrap because she couldn't handle sharing the spotlight. She didn't want to join the royal family, she wanted to star in it. When Megyn Kelly's mirror cracked her ego bubble in 2025, the Markle machine short-circuited queuing PR statements, farmers market photo ops in designer gear, and a Netflix series about reclaiming her voice for the fourth time. Posts from Ars Royal Recap predict Meghan's next rebrand, wellness guru or candle mogul. She's not a villain, she's a punchline, a cautionary tale of mistaking Instagram likes for influence.